Hey guys, welcome back to the Garden Tractor Geek channel. I made a previous video and then I got stopped up. Rookie error on my part. So these call for a J8C Champion. This tractor, which we're going to get into, had a H10C, which is what Mike originally put in, which tended to actually be the right spark plug, and I'll tell you why. So I ended up putting the J8C out of one of my 8 horsepowers into this. And, well, this happened over a couple nights of sitting. So, I did some digging into it, and the threads look the same. But, they're the same length at least. So, I counted how many turns it took to put the, J8C and the H10C in. J8C stopped at about hand tight to 2 turns. The H10C stopped around 4.5, 5 turns. That's how I figured out what was going on. Here, I think somebody redid the threads on this to only accept H10Cs. I didn't even know they had a different thread pattern, to be completely honest with you. But, yeah, so I'm just going to have to run the H10Cs in this. But, I think it'll be alright. They look to be the similar spark plug. I'm sure one runs hotter or cooler than the other, but it seems to doesn't run any different with the two, so that's just what we're going to leave it as. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little update. I have a local show coming up. Good couple of friends are going to be there, and some people that have watched me on YouTube that I've met, and other YouTubers, and so it's just going to be a big get-together. It's actually my local show, and this year they're doing things a little different. They are letting anybody who has over 4 garden tractors to have their own exhibit, and they're allowed to park their camper right next to the exhibit on the showgrounds. Which typically we all just line our tractors up as far as the garden tractors are concerned, and that's how it's always been. But this year, the feature tractor is International Harvester, which means, so basically you get some benefits bringing in a feature tractor, but you still get paid to bring them in, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be bringing these two. This is MichaelTJD60. Sorry, I sometimes have to remember his YouTube name. I have it saved, so I just type in M and his YouTube channel comes right up. This is actually his 110, his 1968, and if you've watched my videos before, I had a couple 110s in my lifetime. I actually started out with my first garden tractor. It was a 1973 or 74 John Deere 110, and I got that from my dad for $300 down at the local small engine shop. He bought that for me in 2009, so maybe 8-9 years ago. I had lawn tractors before that, but this is my first true built garden tractor, and that was what got me started. So, and I actually had a chance to buy it and passed it up. I found my old 110 years ago, but it prompted me to buy 2 other 110s, and we're going to build them. Turned out they were a little rougher than I anticipated, and decided I didn't want to take on that kind of project at the time. Ended up selling them off, but the 110 that I wanted to build was, I believe, a 68 or early 69. It had the 4-legged logo, the PTO lever on the center console instead of the dash, a couple other differences. But as you can see, Mike really did a good job repairing this 110, and it's very original, which I like about it. The seat's in immaculate condition for being from 1968. This is the original seat. You don't see these too often. I don't know if I can. The center cap is not bad at all. I mean, it's got some cracking and weathering, but it's not horrible. Steering slop is a little on the heavy side for a John Deere. For a Cub, that would be nothing. I've owned a million of these now, and they're just all like that. You'll never find a Cub with good steering, and if you do, it has 50 hours on it. I've seen guys with 200-hour International Cubs and early MTD Cubs that were made with the International parts, and even really super low hours, they still have bad slop. It's just how they were. But anyways, to get back into the story, I ended up doing some trading and some dealing with Mike. Needless to say, he got my 316. Some other dealings were in there that I'm not going to get into detail about, just out of respect for Mike. But yeah, so basically I ended up with this. You might ask, why did I go from the 316 to this? Are you an idiot? Actually, no. I've I didn't quite realize this, and I owned a 214 there years ago. I'm sure some of you guys have kept up with me that long. I plowed a lot of snow with that thing, and it's a very good tractor. But one thing I never realized with these tractors, they turn better than the 316. They turn better than the Cubs. The Cubs are just horrendous. If you have a tight, small property, don't even think of buying a Cub if you plan to do mowing or snow removal. I'll be straight up. If you have a big piece of property, these Cubs, they're nice. They're not horrible tractors. But when you get to these smaller properties, you'll start to learn these John Deeres and the wheel horses have very good, precise steering. And I didn't quite realize it until the other day. I was driving this 110 around for several days, just, you know, getting the feel for it again for one of these Peerless Trans tractors with the variators. And I tried to make a turn, and halfway through the turn I was like, I'm not making this. And then I just thought to myself, why would I make that turn? And I realized this 110 would easily make that turn. So that's something to think about as far as these two are concerned. These are from the same time period. This is 66, this is 68. John Deere definitely had their stuff together as far as just comfort and usability. But I'm not going to lie, you're never going to beat the toughness of one of these international Cubs. They're brutes. They had some design flaws. John Deere had some design flaws. At the end of the day, if I were to pick which tractor I want to mow with and which tractor I want to do snowblade work and plowing and pulling, no, that's going to be this tractor, just because it's a little more sturdy. Not saying this tractor wouldn't do it, it'd do it all day long, but since I have the two, you know, this is going to be my, you know, pulling a lawn cart maybe, you know, some snow. I wouldn't be afraid to work this at all as far as pulling or snow plowing, but I have this, so. But yeah, bought this from Mike. It's a beautiful tractor. I had to end my last video because of this. I had to get that whole situation figured out, but now that that's done with, but yeah, so we're going to have our own little display at my local show. And we're going to be taking my two over. My dad's going to have a whole bunch. We're going to have our camper there. We've never been able to do this before. This was just announced. But I'm very excited for it. I really wish I could be parking next to my friends. But at the same time, from some of the past experiences that I have had at shows, particularly this one, nothing to do with the people who run it. I've had a lot of little kids. Okay, let me put it this way. So this tractor has a coil switch, right? I'm a little kid and I see, ooh, I saw this on a race car. Flick. Oh, they let that sit for, you know, a while my coil burns up. So it's just stuff like that. A couple years ago, maybe it was last year, I had my 316 there and somebody dumped a whole thing of French fries with ketchup all over it. That was a mess to clean up. And I've heard of other people showing there that have had ice cream get dumped on it and get hardened in the sun, and just some horror stories. And it's nothing that the kids are bad or anything. It comes from lack of parenting. The parents, a lot of these people I don't believe understand what work goes into these antique garden tractors. They don't understand the money people put into them. A lot of the people that come to this show probably think, oh, it's just some stupid lawn tractor that somebody's showing. They let their kids jump on them and stuff, you know, not realizing what they're doing and understanding, you know, how collectible these are to some people. I mean, they could be a family heirloom, they could have been a father-son project, and, you know. But, yeah, that's a lot of what I'm seeing, and I feel a lot better with my tractor where I can see it and watch it and know that it's going to be safe. So for me, I just prefer that, so that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. But, I mean, maybe I'll decide to throw this in the lineup just to have a tractor out there with the friends. But, yeah. So, I'm going to be giving... Oh, I forgot to tell you, I got rid of that darn cup holder, wherever the heck that was. It was on this side. You can kind of see it still. I'm going to wax this up and clean it up, get that bird crap taken care of. I'm going to get this thing, maybe an oil change, because I'm going to be doing a lot of running around. Thankfully, Mike already serviced this, so I should be good as far as that. But, yeah. Oh, and they replaced the carb. I don't think I did a video on that, but I can't remember. Ironically enough, the air cleaner was from a wheel horse, and this was from a wheel horse. They kind of match. It is what it is, though. The carb runs so much better than the Wellbro that was in it. I really enjoy this carter much, much better, so. But yeah, so I'll be at my local show. I'm going to be doing a video series up until then. I'm going to be doing updates, cleaning of these two, waxing them up. I'm not sure I'm going to wax this one. As you can see, it's already pretty rusted, but I might give it a quick once over with some wax. This one I'm going to really put some time into, since this is a future tractor and the paint's a little more, you know, nicer. Nothing against that. People really tend to love those patinaed tractors because they show their age and their use. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I think I'd like to get a center cap just to finish it off. I'm not worrying about the reflectors at this point. Just to me, this is an eyesore. Yes, I don't have this here, but this is rusted on, and I think somebody put something on here because I've done some wicked things with this steering wheel as far as tight cornering and turning while it's stopped and stuff, and it just doesn't slip. So even though it doesn't have a steering wheel nut there, I feel pretty confident that it's not going anywhere. So, but yeah, guys, thanks for watching. There's going to be more updates as far as these two tractors are concerned in the show coming up. I hope you guys stay tuned as far as that's concerned. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos, and there will be more coming out in the next 2 weeks probably. It's going to be pretty crazy, so definitely check back. Thank you, guys.